Good morning, friends. Happy Friday. Thanks so much for joining me. I have a really beautiful scrapbook kit that is not in the annual catalog, but it is online. It's part of the scrapbooking brochure that I went through with you, and I just showed you briefly what it looks like. So this is the Everyday You and Me, and you can see that the scrapbooking workshop kit provides a total of 6 layouts. They give you everything that you'll need for that. There are some techniques like using your blending brush if you'd like, and it does include a bundle, stamps and dies, that are part of it. And you can purchase extra DSP and the coordinating two-sided cardstock, which is really beautiful. You've got some great choices there. So let's get into the detail. So I have more in this packet than actually is part of it. So let me just pull out the items that are part of the scrapbooking workshop kit. So with every kit, they have photo placeholders that you can use. They have 4x6, 3x4, 4x4, and I believe 3x3 is the other size. Yep. So 3x3, and yeah, you've got a lot of choices. So you can see there's all kinds of choices. Unfortunately, none of these choices match the photos that I get of my grandchildren because they are 3.5 by 5. Okay, so you can see this really beautiful stamp set. They've got some great words that are so beautiful for scrapbook pages. And then, of course, they have this color brochure. So sorry about my voice. Hey, good morning, Linda. So the color brochure has beautiful pictures that help you know how to cut out your designer series paper and then how to lay out the different scrapbook pages. So I'm really excited because they have this really beautiful outline that you can use for your scrapbook page as well. So we'll do that page because I think this page is really, really beautiful. And then they have these die cut or laser cut cardboard, which looks a lot like woodcut almost. So it's really, really beautiful details. So this will be really fun to add to the scrapbook page. And then this is stickers. I did use a couple of stickers or 3 stickers for one of the pages or scrapbooks that I did. So I just want to show you real briefly. So my goal for this was I wanted a beachy theme, and I know that this had the capabilities. And so I made this yesterday, and I wanted, for one, this is the two-tone cardstock, and as you can tell, this is the Lost Lagoon, both colors, and this is Pretty Peacock, both colors. Doesn't that make a great, like almost an ocean look, just like the waves are capping? It's so pretty. So anyway, and then I didn't have a single beachy die or stamp, and so I had to just do what I could to make it kind of have that feel. So I used a little bit of jute, tied knots in it, and then I used some of the designer series paper that comes in the kit to create a little clamshell, because honestly, I didn't have anything. And I was like, good grief, Angela, you're from Southern California and you don't have a single beach-themed stamp set or die set. So, but I think it gives that feel for the grandkids. It just kind of gives it a great look. And so I'll put this on my blog. I'm not going to show you too much, but I am showing that I have used a couple of DSPs. I cut out the edge because I didn't want to waste, having the double paper. But these are all elements that are from the kit. The only thing that was an add, of course, was the jute, like I mentioned. And then I used these Petal Pink and Pretty Peacock foil gems, and I only used the Pretty Peacock. So I thought those worked really well with the colors. This is the Wild Wheat, Lost Lagoon. They've got a little bit of, I think, the Pebbled Path, or maybe it's Gray Granite, not sure. Excuse me. Okay, so we're going to just do one of the pages, or two of the pages. We'll do these two right here. And so this is layout number 3. And then, of course, we've got the scrapbook paper, which is really beautiful, two-sided. And then this is that beautiful wash that I used for the background for this page. So you can see how beautiful that is. And, of course, the other side is these little dots. And then this one here, which I thought, this kind of gives us seaweed feel, and you get kind of the sand feel. I don't know. It just felt like it had a lot of different elements to it. And you got your pretty florals. And then this is exclusive designer series paper that's one-sided. That's only for the kit, only in the kit. And I love this one here. This is really beautiful. So I'm excited about using that one. Okay, so this is the cardstock that I was telling you about that's got a die cut in it. And so this will be really fun to use because one page will get this portion of it and the other page will get the other portion. So I love that they're doing this because I've been wanting to learn how to do that myself. I'm going to set that aside. And then this is a punch out, and it tells you which items go with which project. So this goes with project number 3. So it's one of these big daisies. And this one is also project number 3. Just so you can see what it looks like from this side. And then let's see what else goes with project number 3. Here's another daisy. And a couple of these leaves look like they go with project number 3. Okay. Okay. So I think everything else goes with one of the other projects. And then here are some of the two-tone cardstocks. So this is the just one of the Lost Lagoon, and it looks like there's 4 of the Pretty Peacock. So, all right. So let me start taking a look at what I need from this. Okay, so on each one of these, it'll show which project it goes to. So these are 1A, 1B, and so these are all for 1. These are all for 1. So it doesn't look like I'm using either one of these. For this has got 3 on it. This has got 3 as well. And we've got some of these. So let me pull out the ones that we're going to need. Okay, so I'm going to need some of this, some of this. So I'm going to just need 1 page of that and 2 pages of this one. And then I'll need the Lost Lagoon cardstock as well. So these are the 3 cardstocks that I'll need. And then I'll need also these 2 pages. Okay. All right, so I'll need my cutter. All right, so I'm going to be using the full sheets of these, so I don't need to do any cutting on that. All right, so this is the orientation, and I like to double check so that I kind of know what it is that I'm cutting. All right, so I'm going to need a piece of this. It's 3.5 by 12, and all right. So 3.5 by 12, and that is the only piece I'm going to need from this one. And then from this, I will need 5.25 by 8.5. Okay. All right. My apologies for the coffee. Okay, and then from I missed one of the pages that I need. What did I do with it? Okay. All right, so this is the cut orientation, and I need 2 3/4 by 12 pieces. Actually, I'll cut it from this side. Okay. All right. And let's see if there's anything else. All right, the Lost Lagoon two-tone cardstock. So wants me to cut 3 of them. Six and a quarter by 3, 4.25. Okay, so 6.25. and 2 of them are 4 1/4. So that sounds like it'll be for a 6 by 4 inch photo. And then one of them needs to be 3 1/4. All right. That is all the cutting that's needed. Okay, so let's start assembling. All right, so one of the great things is it kind of adds, gives you a visual of what it looks like, and then it gives you a visual of the distances and what pieces go where. So that makes it really handy for assembling. Okay, so first thing we're going to be using is this. And then for this first layout, we're going to be using the edges. And then for the second layout, we're going to be using the center. So you'll see how they'll coordinate, but they're opposites. And I think I'd like to start on this one first, just because I want to work with those flowers. And okay, so this goes in the middle. So it's going to be about 3/4 inch from each side. Let me just put this aside because it's getting in my way. Okay. So if you have like a little ruler handy, you can check the distances. Going to have to kind of eyeball it to some degree. So let me just measure from one side. So this is at 3/4 and this is at 3/4. I primarily want to make sure that the part that sticks out the most is the same all the way around. So this is not the same. So let's go over just a little bit, trying to make it the same on both sides. It doesn't help if it's so that portion is about 7/8. And I think rather than lifting this back up, I'm going to hold it down and I'm going to get my tear and tape. And just put pieces of it behind to hold it in place. That way I don't have to keep measuring and measuring because I've got it right where I want it. And now that I know it's secure, then I can put like a bigger piece down here. Well, as you know, my father passed away a couple weeks ago, and I was surprised because in talking to the staff at the hospital, they said he was stable and talking, and they were just treating him for pneumonia. But, you know, I think that when you've got COPD, you don't know. My dad really struggled with that. He was a smoker all of his life. He was in the Army when he was younger, and I think that, you know, that wears out your body. So not only did he like his cigarettes, he definitely liked other things that weren't good for him. Okay, so we want to turn this around so that the leaves are going up. And I believe that's where that's supposed to go. And our four by six photo. My photo placeholder. And then we've got the flowers. And I think I'm probably going to change this out a little bit. Don't think I'm a fan of how they had them placed. I am more of a group your flowers, then spread them out. And definitely more my style. I'm surprised they're using this green because there's not really any green in any of the cardstock, but it's neither here nor there. Not sure if I'm supposed to take these out or not, but I can always use them for something else because they're supposed to be stickers that go in the middle of it. So, and I think one thing that would be nice for this is you could actually make them a little 3D by using your bone folder and just curving up the petals a little. I think that would be nice. Anyway, I feel bad that my father passed away alone, but, you know, they seemed to think that they would be able to treat him and send him on his way, but that didn't work out. We didn't know each other very well. I didn't grow up with him. Didn't meet him until I was 27, so I've had struggles about that over the years, and you know, would have liked to have had him there for me to help protect me and be there for me. Let's see what these other two strips go for. Make sure I'm not missing anything. I think that's it. And then we have the different leaves and florals. You know, this, they wanted me to make these little flowers and leaves with a hint of using my blending brush, with a hint of pecan pie, but I'm not a fan of that. I'm not thinking that I would like that at all. So that's really it that it shows. And then looking at the other one, I guess one of the leaves were for that. So rather than showing both the leaves, I can actually just use one. And save this for the other page. And looks like there's a heart. And so I think I'll definitely add some more things to it because I think that's it as far as what I'm supposed to do on that part, and then the stickers. Okay, so let's get the sticker page out. So you can see that it's just really, really easy to add the elements. So it looks like the sticker goes here. And then be careful, Angela, because once you stick the sticker down, it's not very easy to get it back up again. So let's make sure that it's straight, and then I can overlap as needed. And I still have a little bit of space to maybe journal a date there. And then today, sticker will go here. Okay, so before I put the sticker down, I probably should adhere the rest of the items. So, okay, push those aside, push that aside, and what I need to do is add this. So I'm hoping you're having a good Friday. This cold has not been easy. I actually had a couple days of fever and body aches, a couple days in bed. Actually, probably could have easily used about 4 days in bed, but I tried to work through a part of it, which wasn't a good idea. Then was spending a lot of time just loafing around and watching, or what do you call it? When you binge watch a bunch of shows. That was my husband and I over the weekend. Didn't get a whole lot done. He went to church. I wasn't able to. Okay. Let's put this down. And just want to make sure that this is in the middle. And then I'm going to put this down because there's a good chance that when I'm going to put my photo in, it may not be 4 by 6. And so it would hurt to have the white. Okay, and now I can start putting these. All right, so I'm going to use glue dots for these little flowers or big flowers. And I think I'm going to put the biggest one lower down. And then there's some stickers that go with it. So let me just find those. So I'm going to do 3 glue dots for each one. And I think one of the easiest ways to apply them is just to take them from the little running sheet. All right, so got a kitty that wants to be a part of this. he doesn't get to be. All right. And it's the only bad thing about taking that middle part out, but I think that this one will cover up all the edges. There we go. I think that looks good. I like that combination a little bit better than what they had shown, where it was just kind of not really grouped in a pleasing manner for me. Are all a little different. And then I can place this again with the glue dot here and there, and I don't want the glue dots to be interfering with the photo, so they're going to be below. So for these, I find that the best way to put them down is with rolling up glue dots again. But I do want, I think, to add a little bit of color, but I think that I'd like to do a pretty peacock at the florals. And because they're so small, I'm thinking a sponge dauber might be a better idea. So I'm going to need a little scrap piece of paper. See what I have here. All right, so I've got my pretty peacock and I've got my sponge dauber, and I'm just going to add a little color to the just the little buds here. So there's an edge, and I'm gonna just try to tap a little color. Yeah, I like that. So I'll do the same thing with this. And maybe just a little tip for the leaves. Turn off my work phone so you don't hear the little ting. There. I can just tip the little heart. All right. So now I can add this. So I'm going to take my glue dots and I'm just going to roll over it with my finger until it's in a line. So you can see what I did. I just rolled up the glue dot so that it stays behind the item. And I'm going to do about 3 of them so that it's secure. Just find a place that has maybe a little bit fatter line work. Maybe the flowers might be a good place. Just so you can see what I did with the little glue dots. So, because I don't want them to show when I place it here. All right, and then I need some more for these. This is big enough that I need 3 again, I think. So I'm putting one on the stem and a couple of them on some of the leaves. Obviously, won't survive a hurricane, but it's enough that it'll sit nicely behind the elements and not go anywhere. So I think like so. I think I'm going to just need one here. And then I'll need a couple more for this one. There. I'm very happy with that. Okay, so now for the last sticker, which is the Today sticker, which has some great spots for journaling. And before I put this down, I really, really want to see what my photo looks like there. So let me cut this out real quick. Looks like it is going to take up the entire 4x6. The only problem is that I've covered up the whole reason of the post, which is my birthday. Well, I can make this a little bit smaller and reprint it, but I can just let there be a peek at my birthday. And I do need to trim a little bit more off. Realized what my glue dot was showing. There we go. There's the first one. All right. So I would just be doing the same thing of starting with the page and then just following the directions as much as I like it. I mean, if there's things that I don't like, then I can easily just pull them and change them out. I think for this layout, it has this going behind all the way across. And these two pieces going above and below. And then this over it. Just making sure it's equal. And then so it's supposed to have a couple of 3x3 photos and one 4x6 photo. But I'm not sure that I'll have photos that match that. So I'm not sure that I want to put this together till I figure that out. So one of the things though, if you are not sure what your photos are going to be, let's say it's in the future, or you're looking through your photos and you're not sure which one you want to use, it might be a good idea to just kind of hold on placing things that are going to be what the photo is going to be on, because I may find that I've got a small 3x4s and maybe a small 3x3, and I could easily rearrange it like so. So it doesn't have to be just exactly like they had it. You could have something different that you're doing. Whatever you happen to want to do. Or maybe you've got a landscape photo. Maybe you've got a landscape, and when they're 3x3s, it doesn't matter which way they go, but you can just find a pleasing arrangement of whatever you happen to think you want. So I think this is supposed to go here, but I'm not sure I want to place any stickers just yet. And it's supposed to have a You and Me title, but you could change it up, put dream or whatever it is you want to do. And like this right here, it says love this and today, but I could add a special day today. But I think I'd rather add it over here because I feel like there needs to be something in that side. So just play around with it, see what works for you. And I hope that you get this out, because this is a really, really beautiful scrapbook kit, workshop kit. So, all right. Well, that's all I have for today. Hopefully you have a great weekend, and thank you for your patience with my coughing, and I'll talk to you soon.